So I'm just at the end of the boil here, and I wanted to show how the recirculating immersion chiller works, because I've had a bunch of people ask me about it. I'll try and stick a photo of the immersion chiller outside of the outside of the boil into the start of this video, but just wanted to quickly show how it works. So I'm done the boil right now. You can see that I am at just about 100 degrees because it's boiling. My thermometer is about a degree off, it looks like. And as you can see, there's a boil going on. So I'm just going to turn my kettle off here. That turns off my electrical elements. Now it's off. And as soon as I turn it off, it starts to slow down, and the boil will stop rolling almost immediately. And then I just on the counterflow, I mean the recirculating chiller here, I have three drops, I guess. One of them is in, that one's here, this one's out, and this is the recirculation. And what I need to do first is, not very good with this focus thing yet. What I need to do first is kind of just chill it a couple degrees, and I'll just run some cold water through it to make that happen. And I'll show you this in a sec. This is I'll have an ice bath to pre-chill the water. But I don't need it right away because it'll just burn through my ice right away if I use it right now. So I'm just going to turn the cold water on, look for any leaks, and you have to watch this part because it kind of explodes with some steam. Yeah, not so good, not good for the camera. Anyway, once that first steam bubble comes out, it's a lot safer. Usually don't turn it on quite that fast. I'll come back in a sec. So I've got the steam off the lens, and I cleaned a couple droplets off, I hope. So as you can see, the water that's coming out of here is actually, you can probably see a little bit of steam in the video, but I can see a lot of it here. And so we're starting to chill. We're down a couple degrees already. There we go. And you can see that it's actually started to clear out already. There's some cold break going on, and immediately it starts to get cold. But the thermometer is still showing, looks like 96 degrees. But if I start recirculating, that'll drop really quickly. And the reason is that around the coil it gets really cold really quickly, but the rest of the wort in there stays really hot. So what we do to help with that is we come out of the bottom of the kettle and we go through this pump, and then we go back. There's nothing in here except for a valve. And we go back up and then through, and that actually goes down into the kettle and spits directly into the kettle, and you'll see it'll start a whirlpool here in a second once I start it up. And it's important that I don't start the pump until it's cooled off a few degrees, because if it's boiling when it goes through the pump will start to stall, just because the pump doesn't do very well with non-liquids. And there are steam bubbles in there. So I have this valve open. This valve is closed. I'm just going to turn the pump on here. There we go. You can hear it. And then I'm just going to turn this valve on. I'm going to open it up. And as I do that, I'm going to focus on this thermometer here, because you'll see that it'll drop. There's no liquid flowing yet, and you'll see exactly when I turn it on, because it'll drop probably 5 or 10 degrees right away. So you can hear it, and then you can see it's dropped, well, I guess about 5 degrees right away. And that will keep dropping. I'm just going to open the valve a little more. And if we look in here, you'll see that the wort's actually spinning in circle right now. And that's because it's coming out of the other end of this tube. Oops. This tube here, going down, and then kind of just spitting out and going around in a circle like this. So I have 10 gallons in here. I can chill this whole thing in probably, this time of year, it's October, I can chill this whole thing in probably 20 to 25 minutes, depending how cold the groundwater is. It's been pretty cold out lately, so it's probably pretty cold. Anyway, you'll see that I'm already down to 80 degrees. And that's how the recirculating immersion chiller works. I almost forgot, so once I get down to about 60 degrees, I like to put the lid on so that nothing from the ceiling here in my basement falls in. And I just wait till it gets to about that temperature just to make sure that I've blown off all the DMS precursor or anything that might evaporate out of the liquid. Usually do this with 2 hands. There we go. So that just leaves a little bit of a hole for the pipes to come out. So I have the water going pretty quickly right now. This side is very cold, this side, and this side is actually, it's not too warm to touch, but if I turn the water down a little bit it will be. And this one is the same temperature as the water, so basically we're looking at about 56 degrees right now. And I find at this point it makes sense to, I can crank back the water a little bit, so, oops, see, there we go. See, it's coming out of there pretty quickly, so if I turn it down a little bit it'll help just save some water. Not that I care too much about it because of the way Montreal works. And then here I have this pre-chiller, and I have put some cold water in this bucket. I'm just going to throw some ice in on top of it, so just open some ice. Oops. Again, usually do this with 2 hands. Get this in there, and that'll help get the water that's going in, I'm not sure if you can hear that, that'll help the water that's going in get really cold before it reaches the boil. And the higher the differential we have, the quicker it'll chill. So just fill this whole bag, I'll just fill the whole bag in actually, because I don't need to eat it or anything like that. And that, there we go, keep that coil submerged. And that will pre-chill the water pretty well. And if I give it a little bit of a shake like this every once in a while, it helps just keep the coil cold the same way. Coil inside cools. You can see it's cooled 10 degrees just in that I guess, a little over 2 minutes since I've started this last clip. Anyway, hopefully that's the end. I should be done brewing in about, well, I'll be done chilling hopefully in about 10, maybe 15 minutes. And then all I need to do is pump it into the fermenter, which goes pretty quickly, and then the cleanup. Thanks for watching.